Breaking news, politics and the coronavirus merging yet again on a personal level for the Trump campaign.
Vice President Mike Pence's chief of staff, Marc, has tested positive for COVID-19. That news coming shortly after news of another top aide to Pence testing positive, as well as a staffer in the vice president's office.
Now, so far, Pence's office says that he is still continuing with his schedule, with the election just 9 days away. White House correspondent Rachel Scott joins us from Washington with more. Rachel, good morning.
Whit, good morning. This coming during the critical stretch of this campaign, Pence making that decision to continue with his schedule. He is the head of the coronavirus task force, and Marc Short is his closest advisor. He was by his side with him on 8 campaign stops during this past week, and we are learning he is one of 3 people in Pence's inner circle to have tested positive for the virus. This morning, the vice president's chief of staff, Marc Short, is in self-isolation after testing positive for COVID-19. After back-to-back rallies, the president touching down at Joint Base Andrews, telling reporters he just learned of the news.
I did hear about him, and he's going to be fine, but he's quarantined. Thank you very much.
Short is Mike Pence's right hand, a top aide in constant contact with the vice president, administration officials, and the press. Seen here next to the vice president after a rally in Ohio on Friday. Overnight in Florida, Pence praising the Trump administration's response to the pandemic.
But I can tell you, as the head of the White House coronavirus task force for these last 8 months, President Trump's actions shutting down all travel from China bought us invaluable time.
But the White House has failed to keep the virus out of its own ranks. In the last 24 hours, we learned at least 2 others in the vice president's inner circle have also tested positive for COVID-19. Pence's political aide, Marty Opes, and at least 1 additional staffer in the VP's office have the virus, too. It comes just 3 weeks after the president and the first lady tested positive for the virus. At least 34 other coronavirus cases have been linked to the White House.
I had it. Here I am. Here I am.
With just 9 days until the election, Pence is pressing forward with a packed campaign schedule. His office releasing a statement saying the vice president and the second lady both tested negative for COVID-19 Saturday and will maintain his schedule in accordance with the CDC guidelines for essential personnel. For days, the president has insisted the U.S. is rounding the turn with the pandemic after that single-day record in coronavirus cases, downplaying the spike and a virus that has killed more than 220,000 Americans.
COVID. They all talk about cases. You don't see death, cases. You know why we have cases? Because we test so much. And in many ways, it's good, and in many ways, it's foolish.
Joe Biden telling his supporters the president has failed the American people.
Well, I told him at the debate, we're not learning how to live with it. You're asking us to learn how to die with it. And it's wrong.
And no changes to the vice president's schedule. He is still slated to travel to North Carolina for a campaign rally later today. Dan?
No changes to the schedule. Rachel, thank you very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.